In an effort to inform students about international issues, the University of Idaho has established an International Affairs lecture series. The first speaker in the series, Crocker, is a former U.S. ambassador to Iraq.
It's very good to be back at the University of Idaho. My first visit here.
Crocker worked under the Bush and Obama administration while he was a diplomat representing American interests. He was invited to the university to help Americans understand the U.S. is a global power. He said the Middle East does not have similar history or culture to the U.S.
Iraq, beginning in 2007, was the mother of all assignments, and we had a sense of what it was going to be like, but you never understand the magnitude of something like that until you're in the middle of it.
Being the former chief negotiator of this country, he said he can tell the Obama administration is, quote, working on the playbook the Bush administration sketched out.
Americans need to understand, before they make major decisions on intervention, what it is we are proposing to intervene in, what the forces at work are, what the history of that area is in its own terms. Our diplomats of the present and the future need to know how to operate in conflict situations. They need to know how to work very constructively and collaboratively with the military. And they need to be prepared to accept the risks and hardships that come with those kinds of deployments.
Crocker says he has three main lessons of the Middle East that he has learned from his time served in the Foreign Service. Be careful what you get into, be careful what you plan to get out of the engagement, and consider the consequences in long term. The Foreign Service is in need of better representation from both the American East and West Coast, Crocker said. He said he wants to see increased representation of minorities and that the preliminary steps for interested applicants require a written exam.
About half of our younger officers now are female. We've worked very hard to increase the representation of disadvantaged minorities.
Crocker and his wife Christine are going to remain living in Spokane while Crocker begins his new job as the Dean of Students for the School of Business at Texas A&M. Crocker's visit is sponsored by the UI Martin Institute, the School of International Studies, and the Office of the President. For Mostly Moscow, I'm Jaimee Myers.